Good morning. It's time for another edition of the Hokey video blog. I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke from the Wave 3 News Storm Tracking Team, tracking a few things this morning, including cold temperatures and a system for next week that still has some question marks on it as of this morning. We'll show you all the data for that coming up here in just a second. But first, let's get to today's Hokey weather fact, and it's the fact that sun pillars are a phenomena that occur in the atmosphere due to sunlight being reflected through ice crystals. You'll see that sun pillar right here. This is a photo sent in to us, a beautiful one, by the way, from Taylorsville Lake. This is not a UFO. A lot of people report them as such, but just a sun pillar. Really cool thing that you like to see. It kind of goes in the same book as sun dogs and halos around the moon and things like that, all caused by crystals up there in the atmosphere. Here's a satellite and radar view. You'll see some of the clouds over the area this morning. Starting to see some of that clearing to our north and west. We'll see that continue as we go throughout the day, thanks to high pressure settling into the region. Something that's going on to our west and south, though, winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories. You'll see shaded in the blue here, winter weather advisories for parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, winter storm warnings now for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, westward into the Panhandle region of Texas there near Lubbock. Yeah, they could see some significant icing from that storm, especially as you head toward New Mexico. That's not what we're forecasting here, though, thankfully. But the same system will be affecting us as we go through the early part of next week. Here's how the NAM, the NAM model, plays this out as we go throughout your Tuesday night into your Tuesday afternoon. Tuesday at 2 o'clock, we do have precipitation in the Louisville area and points southward. It is light, though. The heaviest of it is going to be down toward East Tennessee, toward Georgia, the Carolinas. But the question mark at this point, well, we've got two, really. One, will we see precipitation at all? And I think we will see some. It'll be very light. The second question, though, is what kind of precipitation will this be as we go throughout your Tuesday morning and maybe into your Tuesday afternoon as well? The NAM does have a little bit of an answer for us, but it's not entirely clear. This is some really geeky weather data here. This is called BuffKit. And this is the same output from the NAM model that you just saw, but in a different form. And this is actually a graph of that data at the, looks like about Tuesday morning there. This red line you see right here, well, that's going to be temperature. This green line you see right here, that's the dew point. And whenever those two are close together like they are down there, well, that means that there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. When they're far apart, like they are in the upper atmosphere up here, that means there's not a whole lot of moisture. It's pretty dry. So you'll see we've got a whole lot of moisture up toward 5,000 feet, 10,000 feet. Once we get to around 12,000 feet, though, that moisture ends. And this, again, is for Tuesday morning, so we don't have any moisture in what's called the snow growth region right here. That's going to be this region between these two blue lines. You want these two blue lines to have a connected temperature and dew point line segment just like that one there, but you want that up here. Of course, we don't have that, so what does that mean? It means the potential for some rain or some freezing rain, but not a whole lot of it. This is going to be light. As we said again, folks, I don't really think there will be much of a problem with this, but it's something to watch. You'll notice our surface temperature down here is just to the right of that 0 degree mark. So we will be just above freezing according to the NAM model by the time this happens. The deal, though, is that all this cold air we'll have had over the late portion of the weekend and the early part of next week will probably be exiting a lot slower than what the NAM model is painting here, so we could be below freezing during this time. So right now, in my forecast, I'm calling for just a little bit of wintry mix on Tuesday morning. Something to watch for. Hopefully we're not dealing with freezing rain, but at least I don't think we'll be dealing with much of it, if any at all. As far as snowfall totals go, some snow will be possible with this system if we can get some more moisture in that snow growth region. I just showed you the NAM model points about 0.7 in there. I don't think it's nailing this right on the head, though, because I think it's confusing some of this snow with what could be some freezing rain, maybe some sleet, too. But you'll notice totals to our south, though. Almost an inch in Nashville. Possible, but we'll see how things go over the next few model runs. Here's the European model's idea of the same situation. A little bit more reasonable, in my opinion. The Appalachians get hit with about 1 to 2 inches. Up toward Pittsburgh, New York City, they see a whole lot more. than we will, certainly. Probably just a little bit in the higher elevations of the Bluegrass region east of Frankfurt. I think that's a pretty good bet at this point. Maybe a dusting out that way if we see any snow at all. I think this may be a mixed precipitation event, though. We'll see how things go as we go throughout the next few hours, and we'll certainly be keeping watch on this because this is a big travel time for a lot of folks. If you're leaving on Tuesday or Wednesday, this could impact your travel plans, particularly if you're traveling through one of the northeastern hubs of the United States, up there, one of the airports like Philly or Newark, New Jersey, or New York City, maybe even Baltimore, Washington, too. Around here locally, I think we'll be A-OK for Thanksgiving. Looking like it's going to be pretty cold, though. I think about 37 degrees and sunny on Thanksgiving. Yeah, pretty winter-like, right? We'll be keeping eyes on that system and temperatures on Thanksgiving as we go throughout the next few days. For now, I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Have a great Saturday.